Hey y'all. First and foremost, I want to say, hey, I kind of miss y'all. It's like, nah, I really did miss y'all. I miss going live. I haven't posted a video in a while. But today, I knew I was going to post a video. I didn't know what time, but I knew that today I was going to post a video because I have to tell y'all about my weekend, my amazing experience. Um, I'm at work right now, so hopefully I don't get interrupted. But I just want to say how over the weekend, I had the opportunity to experience my first mindset retreat with the Happy Black Woman Tribe. And I must say, it was so amazing. It was so transformational. Like, seriously, I feel like my life has changed since going going on that excursion, going on that retreat. I feel like it literally like changed my life. Um, it propelled me forward and it let me know that I am on the right path. Um, so like I said, it was a mindset retreat. So we were down there in Florida for 3 days. I got there on hey, so I need you to get. Hey, Auntie. Um, yes. So I went down there. We was in Florida from Thursday to Sunday. The weather was amazing. I'm in Delaware. I'm from Delaware, so I was in 80 degrees weather because in Delaware it was like 30 degrees. So I was so happy just to get away from that coldness because I hate the cold. So anyway, we got down there. It was so nice. The resort was nice. I ended up actually staying with somebody that I didn't even know. I met her online in the Happy Black Woman Tribe internet group. Met her, we connected. I feel like I made a lifelong friend out of my roommate down there. Like we just bonded so well. So that was one of the first um, positives that I got from the weekend. Like I literally feel like I made a friend. Um, Not only did my life transform, I feel like every black woman that was down there, it was 100 and plus. It was 100 plus black women in Florida, all all working towards the same mission, wanting to be great. They either speak, coach, or teach, and they just want to invest in themselves, and they know the importance of investing in themselves, and that's why they was there. Um, the purpose of the retreat was just for us to basically reset. Every year she does this retreat, and every year we go down there and you figure out your purpose. You write down your purpose. You figure out ways that you can take action on your purpose. You figure out how to break your barriers. And you do all this over this weekend. Like from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, it was something planned on Friday and Saturday, and on Sunday it lasted from about 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But she literally had something planned for us to do every day on an hour, and it was all intentional. Like everything was intentional, where you set the intention for your life to prepare you to go back to where you're coming from and for you to live the life that you say that you want. So that was just awesome. One of the things that stood out to me down there that she said was that when she started her tribe, she said that people told her, you can't, why would you want to call your business or your tribe Happy Black Woman? Why would you want to do that? Black women are broke. Black women don't pay for development. And she didn't listen to what nobody said. She said that's not true. She continued to push through, and now she has a tribe of over 1,000 of women. But every year, 100+ women come and join and meet with her, 100+ black women. So she created this tribe to prove everybody wrong. For one, to say that, black people, black women, we do develop ourselves. We do care about growing. We do care about being better. And we don't only care about making sure that our nails and our hair are done, although that's important to us, but we are focused on other things as well, and we will spend money on it. And it's very true, clearly. I love the fact that she does this annually, so I will definitely be back again in January. Another takeaway I got from the weekend, I got to break a board. I literally broke a board with my hands, like I was on a Karate Kid. Like it was such a barrier breaking experience for me. And I just keep telling this story because that activity helped me to realize that I am really on the right path. I'm going to be okay. And I have the skills that I need to help other people. So I never, ever broke a board before. I literally thought that was something that you only do in the Karate Kid, or if you're in karate, they're the only ones that do stuff like that. I did not think that I was capable of doing something like that. But however, when I heard that that's what we was going to do, I was so excited. I was like, what? I'm going to break this board. I can't wait. I'm going to break the heck out of this board. I was so excited. So when we entered the room and it was the board breaking time, these ladies, they got up and they had their big spiel about fear and about the things that try to hold us back and our barriers. And that's what led into us breaking our barriers. So I'm at my table and I went down there by myself. So I'm building friendships and building relationships as I go along, which I often do. So I'm down there and I'm at this table with these group of black women, and next to me is this beautiful, beautiful black woman who was she was a part of the police department, and she was set to retire this year. So she is definitely, she definitely knew that that's what she was going to accomplish. So I sit down next to her and I'm like, hey, are you ready to break your board today? And she's like, I'm not breaking no board. I'm not breaking no board. So she would just have her mind set on not doing this activity. And I'm like, well, why did you come? She's like, well, I got a headache. I can't break no board. So anyway, to make a long story short, I ended up convincing her to break her board. She did it on the first try. After she broke her board, she was so happy that I convinced her to break her board. We yelled, we screamed, we hugged each other. It was like one of the most freeing experiences. And then actually, before she broke her board, she put on the back of her board, she said, I have no fears, but I did this for Antoinette. And that just made my heart like so warm. And that just let me know, like, you know what, Antoinette, you can change the atmosphere of people. Even though people can be resistant at first, you can really change the atmosphere in people. You just gotta continue to fight, continue to push them. It might take a little bit of pushing, but if you stay persistent, then you can create change, you know? So then, like I said, I haven't even broken my board yet at this point. So now I'm walking around the room because I'm seeing what other people are doing, because I know I'm going to break my board, but I want to help other people break their boards. So I'm walking around and I come across this girl and she's sitting down and she's just like, I said, well, what are you doing? Mind you, I don't know her, but I just feeling the energy in the room and I just see her sitting there. So I walk up to her and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I couldn't break it, so I just gave up. I'm just sitting here. So I said, you know what? I said, you got to get up. We're going to break this board. So I held her board for her, and all the words because on the one side you had to write all the barriers that was holding you back, and then you had to punch through your barriers, and on the other side you had to write, once you break through, what was going to happen on the other side. So this was just a very inspirational activity, symbolically and physically. So I started saying to her all of everything that she wrote down that she had to break through. I started saying it to her, like, we're going to break through this, we're going to break through that, you got to break through that fear, you got to do it, you got to do it. And then I also said, because one of the key things in this activity is when you punch the board, you have to say, yeah, right? You got to scream out. So I told her, like, at the end, like, you have to scream out, don't forget your yeah, right? So I held that board for her, and I was holding it for her, and I was telling her, you got to break through this, break through that. And then she punched it, she said, yeah, real loud, and she broke that darn board. And then that was another, we just yelled and screamed, and we hugged each other, and it was just so, and I'm like, as I'm thinking about it now, every time I retell the story, and and I think about it in my mind, it really gets me emotional, because this was like it was just like one of those things that you can't even describe. Like, you just had to be there, because not only were we breaking our barriers mentally, but physically. And doing that exercise, doing that activity really helped a lot of the women in there see, like, we are capable of doing so much more than what we allow ourselves to complete if we just get out of our own heads. And then you had other ladies in there, so they couldn't punch the board. So one of the facilitators, she was saying how a lot of us, we get stuck in the way we think we are supposed to complete an activity, because just because she said we had to punch the board, there are other ways in which you could have broke that board. So she gave people alternatives. You can stomp on the board. You didn't have to punch the board. So that also let me know, like, just because you might have a way of doing something, but just because that way works for you, that doesn't mean that there's not another way for it to get done. So that was one of the things I got from the weekend. And the last thing was just like the connections that I made. I made a lot of connections in Florida. And that's why I said I'm just going to go back, and I wanted to just do a little video real quick to just let y'all know, like, I had a life-changing experience. And I want to encourage you, like, if you watching this video, please, y'all, please take the time to invest in you. Because if you don't invest in you, nobody else is going to invest in you. We have to begin to invest in ourselves. We have to take our money and invest in ourselves, because by doing that, first of all, money is energy. So when you take your money and you invest in others, that's energy. That's energy, and that energy does come back. But you get something out of it. Like, you literally, if you decide to invest in you, when you go to these personal development, and you don't got to go to Florida to invest in you. Like, I see events come up on Facebook all the time that are at community centers, or that people host all the time, where they're just trying to elevate the minds of our people. So you don't have to go to Florida to get some personal development. You don't even really have to pay for it. You can invest in personal development with your time, by watching videos, by reading, by going to these retreats. But it's so important that we take the time to invest in ourselves. I don't want people to ever think that we as a people don't think that it's important to invest in us. So, I mean, that's all I got to say. I hope you enjoyed this video, And I hope that after watching this video, you'll take some time to invest in you, and you can invest in you by watching some of my other videos that I got up, because I definitely do share some personal development tips. So I'll be back later. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.